Hello again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today we've got ourselves a really simple crescent shawl. Yes, I think you guys are really going to like it because it is a one-row repeat. Yes, you heard me correctly. Simplicity is the key word. After you get your foundation all set up, which is only 2 short rows, yes, it is a one-row repeat. And because we are working into stitch spaces as opposed to stitches with our sort of V stitches, it's really quite simple and it works up fast. Yes. So for this particular piece that I made, I used this is Universal Yarn Classic Shades, and this was in the colorway of Fresh Greens. And I really liked working with this. It was very nice, and I love the shifting colors and everything. So let's see. It is 70% acrylic, 30% wool. It's about 197 yards. Now, if memory serves, I used about 4 or 5 skeins for my piece. Now, that being said, as far as the dimensions go with this particular shawl, from neck down, it's not very wide. This is not going to cover your back entirely, not like your traditional triangular shawl. No, because of the way that it's shaped, the tips of the crescent, they get longer and longer, as you keep progressing. So it's more of a shawlette or a neck scarf as far as the dimensions go. And it is great because with its shape, it won't fall off of your shoulders very easily at all. And you can tie it in the front if that's your style. So with that being said, for today's tutorial, going to be using, this is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in the colorway of Anemone, if I'm not mistaken. And going to be using a 6mm crochet hook, which is a size J, same hook size that I used for this yarn. It's a weight of 4, so I think we'll be fine. I believe it's a weight of 4, yes? Yep. I believe so. Yes, it's a medium, which is also equated to a weight of 4. So, without further ado, let's get started. All right, row 1. Now, there are, of course, a number of ways that you could start this. Me, personally, I'm going to show you my preferred method. You can, of course, chain 4, slip stitch to the first chain to create a ring and then work within the ring, although I prefer this. So I'm going to start by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's going to count as our first double crochet, and into that first chain, that's where we're going to work our stitches. So we have 1 double crochet, we need another one. So into that first chain, double crochet, and then chain 2, and 2 more double crochets into that first chain. And it is going to stretch, but you can cinch it and work in the ends later, not to worry. So 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 more doubles into that first chain, chain 2, 2 more doubles into that first chain, chain 2, and 2 more doubles into that first chain. There. So we've got 4 groupings of 2, which leaves us with 3 chain 2 spaces. And then, like I said, you can cinch up your tail and sew in your end later, no problem. So let's move on to row 2. Row 2. Okay, now going to start off by chaining up 2. Now, if you prefer, you could chain up 3 for the beginning of every row. I think that 2 does the trick. So into the first chain 2 space, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles into that same space, chain 2, and 2 more doubles into that same space. Okay, so we've got 3 groupings of 2 separated by 2 chain spaces into that first chain 2 space. And we're going to do the same thing with the remaining 2 chain spaces. So without chaining after the third grouping, I'm going to go right into that second chain space with 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 more doubles, chain 2, and 2 more doubles, same space. Okay, then last but not least, into the third chain 2 space, going right in, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. All right, so we've got grouping of 3, and a grouping of 3. Now, this initial chaining of 2 that I did, this does not count. It's just so that we can get the height that we need. Another way that you could achieve it is to slip stitch your way to the first chain space, if that is what you prefer. So let's move on to row 3. Okay, row 3. Now, what I was intimating before about doing a slip stitch to that first chain 2 space, how I would go about doing it would be to chain 1 so that it's not too constricted, then slip stitch into the first double, slip stitch into the second double, and then slip stitch into that chain 2 space, and then chain up 3 for your first double crochet, etc., etc., etc. Now, that's going to give you sort of like a sawtooth edge for your neckline. If that's what you prefer, more power to you. Personally, I find that it's a lot easier and quicker if at the beginning of your row to just chain up 2 and work your way over. Personal preference. So for row 3, chain up 2 and then into the chain 2 space, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, chain 2. Oh, I missed a ply or 2. hang on. There we go. Chain 2, and then 2 more doubles. There we are. So into that first chain 2 space, we've got 3 pairs of doubles. Then into the remaining chain 2 spaces, it's just going to be pairs, not triples. You know, this would be a triple, and I've got a little bit of Sherpa fuzz, excuse me. So we have a trio. The next bunch, it's just going to be duos. So into the next chain 2 space, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. That's it. So 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. Okay, and you're going to be doing a lot of these. The 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. A lot, my goodness. The only difference is the beginning and the end of your row. Excuse me. So skipping ahead to the next chain 2 space. So skipping this sort of join here, because we didn't do any chains, it's always working in the chain 2 spaces. So into the next chain 2 space, 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles, next chain 2 space, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, next chain 2 space, and I missed apply, but that's all right. There we go. Two doubles, chain 2, two doubles. All right, then in the last chain 2 space, again, omit this chaining up of 2. This does not count. It's just to give us the height. So into this last chain 2 space, we're going to do the same thing that we did at the beginning of the row, which is 3 groupings. So 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. There. So we have our trio of pairs. Pair, 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 and trio. And that is really how this entire, the rest of this entire project works. You increase with 3 at the beginning and at the end of every row, and you just follow suit by doing a pair into the chain 2 space of each V-stitch, double V-stitch, whatever you want to call it, and that's really what you do for the rest of this project, and you keep going until it is as big as you want it to be. Now, of course, like I said before, the neck down, it's not going to get very wide as it is going to get long. So if you want it to cover, the length of your back, the tails are going to get really, really long, okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. But if this is, the shape that you are interested in, it is so perfect because it works up so fast. I love it. At any rate, you know what? Let's do another repeat, okay? Let's spend some time together. All right. All right, so row 3 for the repeat. Again, start off by chaining up 2 and turning the work into that first chain 2 space, 2 doubles, pull out some more yarn already, pardon me, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. It's always 3 pairs at the beginning and at the end. So we've got our 3 pairs going right into the next chain 2 space with 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, and we're going to repeat that across the row. There we are. Next chain 2 space, two doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, next chain 2 space, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, and so on and so forth. And because we're working, as I said, into stitch spaces, not into actual stitches, this flies by. Also, it's great if you want to use a yarn like a boucle or a homespun or something like that, where it's fuzzy or floofy, and it's kind of hard to see the stitch definition. So working into stitch spaces, it's so much easier, if you're working with a floofy yarn. So next, chain 2 space, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. As far as colorway goes, ombres are always, they work with most shawl projects, I'd say. Variegateds, cake variegateds, with long stretches of a colorway. Yeah, I would say go crazy, have fun. And just keep working it with your 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles into each chain 2 space. And then at the end of the row, that last chain 2 space, be sure to do your increase. So I got my 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, and then, yep, my final chain 2 space. It is 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. Ta-da! All right, so just keep repeating row 3 as long as you want, until your piece is the desired length. And as you can see, it's already starting to create that lovely, lovely crescent shape. And with minimal effort, it's a fabulous thing. Just in your first and your last chain 2 space, do your increases. Otherwise, just go on autopilot. It's a fabulous thing. So there you go. All right, everybody. So that's going to conclude today's tutorial on the 1-row crescent shawl. Now, yes, albeit I know that the first 2 rows are different. However, after that, yeah, it is a 1-row repeat, so I'm sticking to my guns on that one. So listen, I really hope that you liked today's video, and if you did, please give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation, and I love coming up with new stuff for you guys. So, that being said, until next time, you know what to do, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and please, stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.